What up, what up? We are in Newtown. Mike Owens, the Bitter Birds. Yo, where have you been? It's been a while.
Here I am, decided to come back, and Derek Barnett was here, so we decided to ride the parrot here to the Green Parrot in Newtown.
Well, we're not here because of Derek Barnett. We're here because my idiot ass left my sunglasses at your place. Well, actually, not your place, but your fiance's mother's house, because there was an engagement party and I lost my glasses.
Yeah, you lost them. That we were tearing it up at cornhole.
We were. Holy shit, you're a fucking ringer, dude. Holy shit.
Yeah, we were just.
I didn't know you were so good at cornhole.
We were getting some practice in for the regular season, but.
Oh yeah.
So that's why we ended up. We said, we'll meet at the Green Parrot, and then it just ended up that this was the night that Barnett was here. But we didn't actually. You had to get tickets. It was at 7:00, but we had other obligations beforehand, so we couldn't get here for that. But I kind of got here for the aftermath, hoping to get a shot at Barnett. Didn't see him. I guess he just
did not see Barnett. He was probably here for about 20 minutes and left.
Yeah,
he didn't care.
He
didn't want to be here. I saw a couple pictures from tonight. He didn't want to be here. He didn't care. He didn't care.
Yeah, no, he didn't care. I'm sure he's, he's probably a bit tired too. From
whipping Lane's ass off from all OTAs?
Right? Apparently, that's what they say.
That's what they're saying. All right, let's talk about what they're saying, okay? OTAs. All right, grain of salt. Just remember that, people. But the first thing we're going to talk about is Carson Wentz. So last week, he's going through all these mechanical changes. There goes, see, hold on. This is how we do it better bird style.
On the napkin.
Yeah, on the napkin that just blew away. These are our topics right here. So there you go, that's how we do things. On a napkin at a bar. So Carson Wentz struggled last week. Apparently this week he looks good again. Were you ever worried? Like, come on.
No, I was never worried. When it's this early in OTAs and it's just the initial practices, these reporters, they literally report on everything.
Yeah.
And
they got to find stuff to write about.
Yeah, they got to find stuff. And obviously, he's going to be rusty on some throws, whatever. It's still so early on. Wentz is really the last of this team's worries right now. So,
you wouldn't want to hear it last week, though.
Yeah, right. Him missing a throw or two here in OTAs, it's not the end of the world. That's for sure.
Like, I didn't even care if he was struggling to start the regular season. These are mechanical flaws. He's trying to work out the kinks, and this is just the growing pains you go through with a young quarterback.
Yeah, well, it all goes back to when they made up that report that apparently the Eagles were unhappy with Wentz and going and working with the quarterback guru or whatever.
You got to be careful. You work at the Inquirer.
Yeah. Right. No, it's
only I'm allowed to say bad things about Marcus Hayes.
No, it's that time of year where, reporters are they're finding, some kind of story to make up, go off of something. Who knows what was really the case. Hopefully
the sprinklers are going on. We're gonna get doused.
Yeah,
we're about to get doused. The sprinklers just turned on. That's a shame. We found a spot. Well, now we're walking down Newtown.
Just walk. Yeah.
No, we'll sit down right here. We're good.
Yeah.
All right. So the next topic we want to get into. Let's talk about Nelson Agholor. Now, I've talked about Nelson Agholor and how he looks great in practice and how I don't care. Today, apparently, he's seeing some snaps in the slot, which is interesting. What do you think about that?
Yeah. Well, I think that Nelson Agholor needs to find a new job because I don't think it's going to be a receiver in the NFL. Now, this guy, I don't believe any of it until it's the regular season, to be honest with you. We even saw this last year kind of. When you go down, they have those open sessions for, training camp at the link. There's always been flashes with Agholor. We go back to that preseason game.
First preseason game.
The damn Colts.
Yeah.
And
first touchdown he had.
Yeah. And ever since then, really, it's been all downhill. So
Nelson Agholor is like one of the best wide receivers when it comes to that time between December and September, he's great. He's outstanding. But now,
the problem though
when
is
the season starts, he's going to
people
drop
say,
him.
We'll just get rid of him. Well, the problem is Eagles can't get rid of him because right now it costs too much money, so they can't do it. So it's a lock. I think it's pretty much a lock that he's going to be on the team. Obviously, the guy that's going to be on the chopping block is probably going to be Green Beckham, but but definitely Aguilar. We'll see what happens, but at this rate, with all the receivers the Eagles have right now, Aguilar is so far down on the list that I don't even think that they're even really concerned about him that much. I think a guy like Mac Hollins might even have a better year than him.
Yeah, we shall see. The interesting thing that I'm hearing, Shelton Gibson really struggling. So he might be a practice squad guy. Maybe. Yeah. We'll see. I'm not finished. I'm going to ask a question. So if Shelton Gibson makes the practice squad, who's going to be the sixth receiver on the team?
Well, in that case, then I guess it would have to be Green Beckham. But the thing is, I just think that you get rid of Beckham because I think even Gibson, the guy doesn't need to do much. He just has to run straight down the field. He's got the speed.
Yeah.
So they really won't ask much from him. Jesus Christ. DGB, the guy can't even catch a damn ball. So at least with Gibson, you know that he's got the speed. So, and DGB, well, he hasn't really shown that. So I think that it's still so early on, and obviously Gibson's going to struggle, but he's got the speed, so he's already got an up on DGB there.
Yeah. Well, the name that I'm curious to see about is Marcus Johnson. That's the name I'm hearing about. Undrafted free agent. The Eagles signed him last December on the practice squad. So he's apparently killing it during OTAs. That's great. Again, whatever. But he's a name now to look out for come training camp, come preseason. Marcus Johnson from Texas. Maybe he's the guy that gets the sixth wideout spot. Not Shelton Gibson, not Dorial Green Beckham, but Marcus Johnson.
Yeah, I think he's just one of those names. It's, kind of like a Rasheed Bailey type
like
of
a
thing.
Paul Turner?
Yeah, Paul Turner. It's just one of these guys. But I'll tell you this much. I'm just so thankful that we're sitting here right now and we're talking about these guys being the fifth or sixth wide receiver on the team. When last year, we were so desperate during the regular season that we were depending on these guys to really make an impact during your regular season game. And we're at the point now where we've really, top three wide receivers, it's not too bad. We're looking pretty good. So it's nice that we're talking about these guys as fifth or sixth wide receivers on the team and not, number 2 and 3.
Yeah, I saw someone just said, I'm assuming he's talking about Gibson. Gibson ran a 4.3 and whatever he said. Listen, you got to run more than a go route at the NFL level, and Gibson apparently is struggling. You got to run more routes. You can't just run one route and expect to make it in the league. So you can run as fast as you want, but if you're a one-route guy and you don't have any versatility in your game, who the fuck cares? And Shelton Gibson right now, if he is a practice squad guy, that's going to be the reason why, because he can't run more than one route. So he's a go-route guy. That's it. It's 80% of his routes at West Virginia.
And if he's got to be, a practice squad guy for a little bit, maybe the first half of the season, then that's what you do,
Yeah.
When they drafted him, obviously, I don't think they expected him to come in right away and make a huge impact. And so
Gibson definitely over Treggs. Talking about Johnson. Okay. All right, good. Okay. Yeah, Marcus Johnson, there's some skills there. He's a guy to keep an eye on. Gibson or Treggs, I'm taking Gibson. Fuck Bryce Treggs. Bryce Treggs stinks. He stinks. I remember when somebody last year compared him to Antonio Brown. It pissed me off. Oh my God, do you remember that?
Yeah, I think that
it was like Antonio Brown. Well, he was a 6th-round pick. He's small. He's quick. Why can't Bryce Treggs be him?
The
people are idiots.
Bryce Treggs experiment is over.
Yeah, stop it. He's done.
we were desperate at the time, and we just really
We're trying to get anybody for a deep threat. Anybody.
Well, I mean, we were getting to the point where we just needed a guy to line up on the line of scrimmage correctly.
That's true, too.
So he could do that, and he did catch a deep pass in that Giants game in New York, so I guess he did do something good. But, I mean, talk about just the guy. That's exactly what him and Paul Turner
Oh, my God, when he had that big catch against the Giants, everyone thought, like, oh, my God, he's the guy. He's it. You know? Shit. All right, let's talk about Rasul Douglas. All right, so last week, again, boy, Carson Wentz, he was looking really good last week. And this week, well, he struggled today with the penalties and with the hands, and he was a little grabby. And, this is something that Brendan and I talked about. There's a little bit of a learning curve for him. Coming from a 3-3-5, coming from the Big 12, coming from a spread kind of conference, it's going to take him a little longer than most rookies. And, I know people want him to start week 1, but I don't know if it's going to happen. I don't think it's going to happen. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I think that, you got to like the Rasul Douglas pick in terms of the future. Because I think when you look at Douglas, he complements Sidney Jones really well.
Yeah.
Because, Douglas, you're getting the guy, he's that ball hawk type of guy. You can see that he's going to go for the interceptions. And when you look at Sidney Jones, he's more of that shutdown corner type of guy. And it's good to have, two different types of cornerbacks. But, like you've always said, going from that cornerback position in college to that cornerback position in the NFL, it's one of the toughest to make. And you even go back and you look last year at Jalen Mills. Jalen Mills did a decent job, but you could see, obviously, he struggled a little bit.
Yeah.
And it's that rookie adjustment. I mean, even cornerbacks that are selected in the first round of the draft, there's an adjustment period, and it takes some time. Even a first-round cornerback, it could take half the season. So with Rasul Douglas, this season, I wouldn't get our hopes up too high, but I would expect kind of like a Jalen Mills type of thing. I think he's a guy who can be a solid number 2 guy.
Yep.
And then if you can, you look at the future, if you can have a guys like Rasul Douglas and Jalen Mills, have them be number 2, 3 guys to a guy like Sidney Jones, hey, then you're looking pretty good at the cornerback position.
Yeah. Don't worry, we're going to talk about C.J. Smith right now. C.J. Smith, Aaron Grimes are 2 guys that are standing out, the OTAs. And, this is important because I felt like last year, our quarterbacks still stink.
Yeah.
But there's more depth this year because there's more average guys, if that makes sense. Because Dwayne Grass is average. I feel like, and now that Grimes and C.J. Smith are going to be in their second years now with the team, maybe they move up the depth chart a little bit more. Maybe they get some playing time.
I would say the guy there that I would be interested in would be C.J. Smith.
He looked really good in limited action last year.
He's a guy that we were kind of really wanted to see more from last year, especially when they got some injuries there during the season. So he's a guy that I would definitely look at a little bit. But obviously it's going to be a depth chart thing. You can expect Ron Brooks. Everyone kind of forgets about him, obviously. But he's
obviously.
They really like Ron Brooks a lot, and I mean, it's crazy to say this, but Ron Brooks actually did a pretty decent job because when he went down, we really struggled with that slot cornerback position.
Yeah, we did.
So he's gonna, Ron Brooks will be back in there this year, so he'll play a big part. But I would take C.J. Smith over Aaron Grimes. I think Aaron Grimes, he had a nice preseason, but it's tough coming from the Canadian Football League. I kind of view Aaron Grimes as practice squad guy, desperate measures if you need him on the active roster.
Yeah. He's apparently looking good, though, but it is only practice. Yeah. It is only practice. Without pads, too. Yeah. Without pads. Right, people forget about that all the time. Somebody just asked, Terrence Brooks or Jalen Watkins? What do you think? I'm going to go with Brooks. I'm not a big Watkins guy.
I think that Jalen Watkins has kind of ran his course here.
Yeah.
I think that you know what you're getting from him. It's not much. Yeah, I'm really over Jalen Watkins at this point.
Yeah, we also had a question earlier. Who will lead the team in sacks? What do you think about that?
that's a good one. At this point, I think you have to say Brandon Graham because that's really his kind of his specialty, getting after the quarterback. I think when you look at a guy like Derek Barnett this year, I think if the Eagles can get more than 5 sacks from him, they would be happy.
I say he leads the team in sacks.
You think so? Well,
he's going to lead the team with 8 sacks. Graham's going to have like 7.
Hey, if that
nobody gets double digits, but like we get Barnett and Graham that are close to it.
If they can do that, then they'll be in great shape. But yeah, I mean, Graham's biggest problem is he's always been able to get in the backfield. His problem is, getting those sacks, bringing the quarterback down. And he's even admitted that as something he's got to work on. But yeah, I would be ecstatic if Barnett led the team in sacks. But yeah, I think you're right. I think it is going to be pretty close there. I don't think there's one guy that's really going to jump out or put up like double-digit sack numbers.
Yeah, I'm with you there. Somebody said over under 30 sacks. I think they'll get over 30 sacks. It's just going to be spread out through the team.
It'll definitely.
I think they had over 30 last year, if I remember.
Yeah, they've got. I mean, with their defensive line, they have so much talent on that defensive line that they'll definitely get over that number in sacks for sure.
Yeah. All right. I'll just get your quick thoughts on Jason Peters. I talked about it yesterday, so just quick.
Jason Peters. I mean, I think it was the right move. Obviously, the Eagles needed to keep him here for insurance purposes because we saw last year when you had the whole Lane Johnson suspension thing, and they had Vitae in there. Obviously, the Eagles aren't ready to move on yet with that left tackle position because they don't have someone to fill it. So, obviously, Peters wanted to get his money. So he got his money. He's happy. Really, it's going to be one of those things again where every game we're saying a prayer that Peters doesn't get injured. But at the same time, when he's on the field, the guy makes a huge difference. So, I was fine with the move. Something like that deal, it's always something if they don't want to keep him after, another year or so. They can do something with this contract where they can restructure it. So, I wouldn't look into the money too much. I think it was a good move
they gave him more guaranteed money, but it saved them cap space.
It gave them,
so it really didn't do anything money-wise.
It didn't. Yeah, it doesn't affect them. And the big thing there is, I think that eventually what they would like to do is try to experiment with him at guard if they're able to get someone to take over one of the tackle positions. Obviously, they've talked about when he's done, they would move Lane to the other side where Peters is now, and they would try to find someone to replace Lane Johnson. So we'll see. I think overall, decent move by the Eagles to keep Peters.
Yeah, just to answer a couple questions. Someone said ass, tits, or ass. I'm going with ass. Tits sag when you get older. That's my logic behind that. What was another question? We had another one that was good, and I forget what it was. My bad, guys. Fedkiw, what are your thoughts on the finals, and will you do a video on it? I guess I could do a video on the finals. We're not going to really do it right now, but I think Kevin Durant has left a stain on the NBA. Peterson trying to be cool with bonding activities. So many activities. Yes.
So many activities.
Talk about the activities.
Building bunk beds together, all that kind of stuff happening at the Novacare complex. Now, this is one of those things where obviously this is something the Eagles are, rebelling against Chip Kelly. They're trying to do all these things that Chip Kelly wanted to do. So, they have a Papa shot now in the locker room.
Dude, I love the Papa shot.
Papa shot.
I would be all about that.
I wonder who's got the record on the team in that.
I'm trying to think of someone who's really good at basketball. Lane Johnson was a basketball player. Probably Lane Johnson.
I'm gonna say Zach Ertz is up there on the leaderboard.
Zach Ertz, okay.
We'll see, but apparently they're going out and doing some paintball too. So, really, what this comes down to is the Peterson. He's just trying to be a cool guy. He knows that deep down he's just a loser middle-aged guy, loser, getting some gray hair. So he wants to be cool with the young guys. But, I think that it's good. Whatever brings the team together and can win us a Super Bowl, I'm down with.
Alshon played college ball. I didn't know that. My bad. If Mills stays in the slot, do you think safety position will be better with Malcolm and McLeod? Yes. Because Jenkins struggled from the slot playing cornerback. By the way, we got to get back in the bar. I don't know if that girl's still there. But yo. You know what I'm talking? Yo, so like. Oh my God, she's right there.
So, yeah.
Holy fuck, I got to go. Damn it. Yeah, so basically there was this chick at this bar, and she wanted a date with this guy, and basically she was looking at me the whole time. It was weird.
Yeah, they were, maybe she'll escape the car.
I'm hoping she climbs out of that car right now. I should have left my number on a napkin. Fuck. Should have left it on this napkin.
The bitter birds napkin.
Yeah. Oh well. I lost. L for the night. They're gone.
They're coming back for us.
They're making a U-turn. Watch, she's gonna like chuck a piece of paper at me. Damn it, dude! I was like yelling at too.
I know you didn't realize it.
I didn't realize she was right there.
Yeah.
Oh, she was so hot.
Yeah, white pants too.
She had white pants and her ass stood out. It was amazing. Oh my God. That's it. That's it on the agenda. That's it on the list. We don't got anything else on the list.
Yeah, I mean, this is how we do it early on in the season, OTAs, minicamp. I mean, these are the times now. You got the NHL playoffs are over with.
Shit stained white pants. I just picked birds before hose. That's what I just did. Birds before hose.
You did. That was impressive.
Fuck the Cowboys, absolutely. We just missed E-Rock tonight too, by the way. E-Rock was here.
We did. We saw him walking out.
I saw him walking out, and I knew it was him, and I wasn't sure if it was him, and I didn't yell.
Yeah.
I was pissed.
So.
Yeah. So yeah, that's about where we're at. You got anything else you want to say?
I think like I was saying, at this point we're just really getting pumped up for training camp. We need something. But I guess what I want to say is that I think we need to. I think people are going to get very excited early on this year because we really don't have much else going on, and we got Alshon Jeffrey, we got our quarterback.
Is this a temper expectations? Final thought?
Yeah, I think so. I think people are going to get carried away. Players on the team have kind of been saying things like, it's a special team, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
We have to remember one thing.
We're always a special team in May and June.
I will say this. We do. We just... we want to wait till the Patriots are on their downfall. Because when we get to the Super Bowl again, we do not want to face them.
We don't.
Because that would be our luck. Where somehow we pull off some miraculous year, we end up in the Super Bowl against the damn Patriots, and we know the outcome of that. So, yeah. We all knew this was going to be a 2-year kind of rebuild type of thing. People really have to understand that, after this season, the off season coming up, is going to be huge because the Eagles are going to have a ton of decisions to make, and they're going to have to decide where they want to kind of take this team, who they want to keep, etc. Guys like Alshon Jeffrey only want a 1-year deal. Do they want to re-sign him to a long-term deal? Do they want him to be part of the long-term future? So there's a lot of decisions to be made, but if they can pull off another off-season and another draft like they did this year, then they're definitely well on their way. The Eagles, you got to give credit to Joe Douglas because we came into this offseason and this draft saying the Eagles had to be nearly perfect in order to get themselves back on the board. And, without seeing any of these guys play yet, they've been pretty close to perfect. They did a good job.
Yeah. My final thought, women wear white pants. It looks really fucking good. Like your ass sticks out. It's beautiful, tremendous. It bounces. It's lovely.
Don't get parrot stains.
Don't get parrot stains. Well, if you're watching, sweetheart, this girl that I saw tonight, fuck, I don't want to give out my number. Comment section, hit me up. We out. That's Mike Owens. I'm Adrian Fedkiw. We out. And by the way, I saw somebody about a Patreon page. That is something that we're talking about right now. We are going to make a Patreon page at some point. We're just lazy, that's all. Fedkiw, get your dick sucked, bro. Yo, I was trying tonight. I picked the birds before hoes. I made the wrong decision. And then they left. Then she left. God damn. But dude, that was funny, because like, I walked out of the bathroom, I see her staring at me, and then I talked to you 5 minutes later, I'm like, did I see what I thought I saw? And you're like, yeah. So that was great.
Next time.
I'm never going to see her again.
That's what we say in Philadelphia anyway, next time.
Until next time.
Until next time.
Until next time, guys. We are the Bitter Birds. We're out.
Later.